Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to our Soulz lifestyle event. My name is Bridget, and if you are here watching this with us live tonight, welcome. Or if someone has sent you the recording, just as welcome. I just would like to invite you to sit back and relax and listen with an open heart and an open mind. And tonight we're here to share with you a couple of things, really. First being about this wonderful online health program that we have and the nutritional support that we use alongside it. And the second is about how we're creating a lifestyle that we all desire, a freedom lifestyle. So a little bit about me before we get started. I came across this program and products coming up 3 years ago now. I had struggled a lot with losing post-baby weight after having my daughter, and I tried what seemed like a million and one things. And I came across an 8-week challenge that we had on Facebook. So I jumped on board and I had incredible results. I managed to lose about 6 kilos in 8 weeks. But it wasn't that made me kind of sit up and notice the products. It was all the other health changes that happened afterwards that made me want to take a more of a look, really. I started to get more energy, my skin cleared up, my hormones regulated, I no longer get migraines or period pains. And so I just found myself recommending the products to everybody. And when the opportunity arose to look at the business side, I thought, why not? But before we get to that part of it, I would like to bring on a very good friend of mine, Ellie, and she's going to talk to you guys a little bit more about our program and our products. So, Ellie?
Awesome. Thank you, Bridget. Hi, everyone. I'm really pleased to be able to share tonight. And I'd like to share a little bit briefly about my product story first, and then I'll get into the products. So I have been on Juice Plus for just over 2 years now. And it has been quite a journey, and definitely one I wasn't expecting when I signed up, but in a good way. So when I first started out, I was really overwhelmed and tired. I was a very busy mum and rugby coach. I was coaching 2 teams, including a rep team, and I was also working. I'm quite isolated up on a peninsula. I was doing rugby in schools and running a rugby club and working full time and being a mum and a farmer's wife, and I think I ran out of hats. So I was pretty exhausted. I'd also started to feel a bit, I'm 41, and at the time I would have been, 39. And I was starting to think like maybe I was going through some sort of premenopausal thing, which scared the hell out of me because I was feeling way too young for that. Night sweats, dry skin, brittle hair, just basically feeling like rubbish. So for me, I've had huge changes on a basic level. I guess you could say energy has gone through the roof. My skin, I used to have psoriasis under my eyes, just on my cheeks there. It looked like I've been sucking on a whiskey bottle all day. I'd had it all my life, and I'd kind of got used to it and just given up. I didn't want to use steroid creams, and nothing else had worked. And synthetic vitamins for me were just a waste of time. I might as well just pee them down the toilet. Sorry about that, but it's true. So my skin cleared up majorly. All what I thought were premenopausal symptoms went away. No more night sweats. My skin was glowing. My hair was strong. My nails were growing like crazy. And the most special thing for me has been I have 3 older children, much older children, and I had problems with fertility. And for many years, for 3 years in total, and 7 months, I think it was 6-7 months after starting Juice Plus, I got pregnant, and I now have a 10-month-old. So that was the most amazing thing for me. So it has certainly changed our lives, and I can't recommend it enough. So let's get down to it. What is Juice Plus? So it's really simple, guys. This is the basis and the foundation. So we have our fruits, we have vegetables, and we have our berries. Okay, so this is like our foundation blend of plants. And I'll give you a quick rundown on what's in them. So for example, in our fruits, we have apple, peach, cranberry, orange, mango, lemon peel, acerola cherry, pineapple, prune, date, and beet. So I'm imagining like most of you are like me, and we just don't get that variety. There's no way we can get it, even if it was in the supermarket, which it isn't. You know, it's just not available to us. I certainly tend to stick to maybe bananas and oranges and kale, spinach, and broccoli, and that's kind of my go-tos, and I just repeat them over and over. So we just definitely don't get that variety, especially in vegetables. Okay, so in our veggie caps we have broccoli, parsley, tomato, carrot, garlic, beet, spinach, cabbage, lemon peel, rice bran, and kale. So I can tell you I don't get that in my diet either. So this is just a fantastic way to bridge the gap. It's not about replacing your diet, it is just about bridging the gap between what we should be getting and what we're actually getting. Next up, we have our berries. So berries are, I don't know about you guys, but usually I can only get them frozen, and it's usually just one berry or maybe a couple. In these berry capsules, we have raspberry, bilberry. I don't even know what a bilberry is, but it's obviously pretty good. Blueberry, cranberry, pomegranate, grape, black currant, blackberry, elderberry, artichoke, and cocoa. Okay, so that's the rundown of our basic capsules. Now, the most exciting part is how they are produced. So I find with a lot of other supplements, it's easy to lose the goodness in the processing. So what happens is they're put into a huge big blender. So all these fruits, vegetables, and berries are put into big pulping machines. So they're not actually juice. They're pulped with all the fibre intact. So it's all your skins, all your peels, and your stalks, and your pips. The whole lot is put in there. So most of our nutrition is held in the skin. And a lot of the times it's either peeled off or we don't eat it. Obviously, we don't eat lemon peel. So it's great that we get all the extra nutrition. It holds on to all the fibre, but it also is dehydrated at cool temperatures. So what happens is we lose a lot of the sugars out of it. So for people who have glucose intolerances or diabetics, it is a safe product for them to take because they don't have those big highs and lows of all the sugars. They are put into a veggie cap, so the capsule itself will dissolve. It is a vegetable cap. There's nothing artificial there, and it is sealed at a cool temperature. And that is not all. For your kids, this is the hardest part, is getting veggies into kids. Maybe not so much the fruit and berries, but definitely the veggies. So for every adult order of the fruit and veg, or the fruit, veg, and berries, you are entitled to sponsor a child, either your own or someone else's, between the age of 4 and 18 for 4 years of a free supply of children's chews. I don't have them on me tonight because we ate them all. I'm sorry, but they're pretty yummy. So apologies for that, but they come in a little chewable form. Now, it's all natural. It's the chewable part comes from a fruit pectin, so there's none of that gluggy artificial chewy stuff in there. It's all natural, and they're really popular. Like, they've gone in our house already, and it's a great way to get fruits and veg in your kids without them, kicking up a big fuss. I also find it really helps build their cravings for fruit and veggies as well, which helps get the real, your everyday food into them and fill them up with goodness. So that is fantastic. And then we also have our plant-based omegas. So the biggest problem for me with omegas is the fishy thing going on. Not only the taste, but just, there's a lot of toxins and things going in the sea, and what's in my fish. And it's just gross. So I have never been on omegas until now, until the last probably 18 months. With the plant-based omegas. So how we do it is we take the algae that the fish eat and we farm it in farming situations, so we're not getting toxins from the sea either, and it's sustainable. And along with the algae, we also have pomegranate seed oil, raspberry seed oil, sea buckthorn fruit oil, and tomato seed oil. Completely vegan, and a complete blend of omegas, so heart health, brain health, eye health, skin, nails, hair. Every cell in our body uses omegas, and you have to get them in. They don't just appear. Awesome. So that is a fantastic start. And then just to complete it, we have our complete sachets. Okay, so I have one chocolate sachet left. I'm out of my French vanilla, but they come in two flavors, French vanilla and chocolate. So this is a whole food sachet. People do use them for shakes, but you can actually use them for a whole variety of things. You can add them to food, to baking, to desserts, smoothie bowls, whatever you like. They're full of superfoods, and they have a great balance, the perfect balance of protein, carbohydrates, and good fats. So it works in conjunction with each other to help your body run really well. So for me, Juice Plus really is, especially the omegas, are the oil in my body, in my car. You know, we fuel ourselves every day, but to perform at our best, we really need to be putting the good stuff in, and this definitely bridges the gap between what I do eat and what I should be eating. So yeah, I hope that gives you a good rundown. If you'd like some more information, certainly ask the person who brought you along tonight. They can certainly answer any questions and send further stuff your way. As well as all our scientific research, we have over 30 gold standard peer-reviewed scientific research done on our products, and it's a lot of exciting reading. So thank you for joining us tonight, and I will hand it back to Bridget and hear from someone else. Cool, thanks guys.
Thanks, Ellie. Oh, so it's kind of exciting tonight because we have a lovely lady joining us, Tony, and Tony is going to share a little bit about what she enjoys about the products, but she's also going to share with us a little bit about Nutrition Plus, which is our charity. So she has some great stories to tell us about that. So I'm just going to pass it straight on to you, Tony.
Hi, everyone. As far as the products go, we started off on the vegetable and fruit capsules, and so my daughter's got the free kids chews as well as the protein, but now we have all of the products. So my oldest daughter, she turns 14 this month, and my partner are using the omegas. It never dawned on me to actually try the omegas with her, but I've noticed, like, going through puberty, she's been extremely hormonal and emotional, and then Willie and my mentor suggested try her on one omega a day. So I've put her on the omegas, and it does look like it's calmed down her sort of hormonal and emotional stage that she's going through. That, and in combination of me probably telling her off, but no, there has been a change, because she was really just over the top, and it was, you know, a mix in with, you know, I don't know what teenagers consider issues. Yeah, it was becoming a bit of a issue, a bit of a problem, but yeah, I've noticed she seems to have calmed down quite a bit on the omegas, which is pretty awesome. As far as the protein goes, our whole family has protein. We have both flavors. My partner and I are doing a 16-week shred. So instead of we've ditched the almond milk and just have it with water. But yeah, he likes chocolate. I will always stay loyal to vanilla, and my kids love both. So he's putting a thumbs down for the vanilla, but that's my favorite. My 8-year-old, my youngest, is very fussy in terms of like vegetables. She will eat fruit, but again, she's quite fussy. So we tend to just, they love the smoothies. Like, everyone loves the smoothies. So I can put sort of whatever I want in the smoothies with the protein, and just drink it because it tastes good. So she doesn't know. And that's a good way for us to sort of give her the extra bits that she needs. They both have their kids' chews, although my youngest, again, it's an acquired taste, the vegetable chews, but I really like them, so I eat them. They both have them as well. The berry capsules I haven't had for some time, because I actually let some of my friends try them out, but I've noticed one of my workmates and current customer was trying the berries, and like she said, so many people are commenting on her hair. I only saw her at work yesterday, and it's really quite shiny, and everyone's like, what are you using on your hair? And she's like, and then she looked at me and she said, it's probably the berry capsules. So she's having some really good results on those, and I've had the same feedback from customers as well. What else is there? That's all of it. Yeah, so that's all the products. We it's just a routine now here. Every day we have the products, and yeah, seems to be doing wonders for us. Like, I initially used to question, have my sugar cravings been stemmed? And I thought, no, they haven't, but actually they have, because I used to drink Purple Rockstar every day, and it's probably one of the higher sugar contented, you know, energy drinks. I don't drink those anymore. If we do have an energy drink, it's sugar free. We have Coke Zero, but I actually thought I'd try and prove a point, and maybe a few months ago tried to have one of those rock stars, and it made me physically like sick. I couldn't have it. So I do feel in some ways it has stemmed some of those cravings. So I sort of take that as a good result. A little while after I joined and sort of looked at the business and whatnot, I learned about Nutrition Plus, which is our our community initiatives, like sort of giving back to the community side of the company. I recently had an incident actually with school with my 8-year-old, and she'd been bullied by an older child, and yeah, it was quite physical. But anyway, I went into the school. I'm always one of those parents that likes to sort of find out what's going on. And so I did question the assistant principal. I said, look, they just told me they'd addressed the issue, but I said, look, is there something else going on with this child? Does he have, I don't know, behavioural issues? I was just trying to figure out where his anger was coming from. And she mentioned he was from a family of 9. His mother had just left a domestic violence relationship. So obviously they'd been through quite a lot. I said, okay. I do have a compassionate side to me. Well, I'm reasonable as well. I said, okay, so obviously they're going through a bit of a hard time. They explained, like, she's kind of at her wit's end, like she's trying to deal with, you know, moving forward with her family and with her son. So, okay, then I said I'd looking at maybe putting a care package together. And then for some reason, I don't know why, I just contacted Nutrition Plus and mentioned the situation. Generally, they don't sort of do that. They have like their set grants and programs, but I explained the situation, and as a one-off, they got back to me the same day and just said they're going to gift a family 9 boxes of the kids' shoes and a box of the bulk protein, which was amazing because, you know, we know how much all of that costs. And it was something that obviously she would never have been able to afford for her children anyway. So that got donated, and they sent that. And last week I did extra shopping and just put it all together, and we took it to the school and handed it to the principal, who was in turn would have passed it on to the mum, just to help, you know, her kids and family. And they didn't have to do that, but they listened to the story and they were quite happy to. So during that time as well, I had, before I gave the care package, I'd looked and they'd sent me what sort of programs or grants that they have. And so they have something that's similar to, I guess, a breakfast club that we would have in schools here. It is in my daughter's primary school, where they would donate the chews and the protein just to go towards a breakfast club, because, you know, there's a lot of kids that turn up to school hungry. So that was one of the programs that I introduced to the school. And then the other one are the community grants, which is up to $10,000. You can apply for those twice in a year, in a single year. So it was either to go towards Aboriginal Torres Strait communities in Australia or vulnerable communities, and vulnerable can be considered anywhere there's maybe a low decile school, whatnot, like especially up north, it's you know, sort of a working with vulnerable children. So I went into the school and I explained what the grants were. I actually took all the products in so they could see what they were, see what the protein looks like, the kids' shoes, like let them try them as well. And they were really appreciative. They thought, look, we'll look at this because they've got so many vulnerable children. But then, yeah, last week, my daughters and I just took all the care package and what was donated to the school, and it was gratefully received. So, you know, I hope that that's going to help that mum and her children in some way, because, yeah, she's on a bit of a journey at the moment. So, yeah, I was really made my heart feel full, because I am all about volunteering, giving back to the community, and finding out that I could be a part of that and know that our company has something like that in place makes it even more worthwhile. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And you're incredible, girl. She's like, you know, Tony works ridiculous hours and also works with us in Dress Plus as well. So she's a great proof that you can do this business in stolen moments, that's for sure. And you can also provide incredible help to the community around you, which is so cool. Thank you so much for sharing. So I think we'll just switch gears a little bit now. We kind of talked a little bit about the business before. I don't think I mentioned that I also am a traditional business owner. I have a catering company here in Mount Maunganui. And so when I first looked into Juice Plus, I'd already been on the products for about 4 months and was in love with it. And when I found out that the franchise fee was only like $172.50 a year, it was kind of like a no-brainer after spending, you know, close to 200 grand to set up my own catering company. But of course, I had lots of questions, and my biggest hesitation, which I'm sure was probably Tony's, was not having enough time. And so sometimes in the summertime, I can be working 17-hour days as a caterer. And I just thought, oh, there's no way that I can fit anything else in. But after I got in and I had a look at it, I realized that this is a business in a box. Like, it's completely set up for you to do in stolen moments around your family life, your other jobs, or whatever else you have going on. So I'm super grateful that I said what if, and now I can pick and choose my catering jobs. I just work 6 months of the year in the summertime, and the rest of the time I can spend more time with my family. So I would also, I'd like to bring on an amazing friend of mine, Pauline, and I'd love her to share a little bit about the business, like what attracted it to her in the first place, and if she had any hesitations when she first started, and what she's excited for now.
Hello. Thanks, Bridget. Yeah, so I have been a part of the business now for 2.5 years, or just over 2.5 years, and I came across this via a Facebook ad. The first time I approached the ad, I, like everybody else, was skeptical, definitely skeptical, didn't want to watch the video, didn't want to look. It wasn't the right time. But luckily enough for me, someone didn't give up on me, and they followed through a few months later, and it was just divine timing. So I took a look, fell in love, not just with the video and whatnot. I fell in love with the stories that came with it, the stories that you've just heard earlier. There's so many of us that have stories, and so it kind of hit me at the right time, because at that time I had just been managed out of a job I had been bullied in for over a year, and it was pretty intense, so intense that they ended up managing me out. And living in a small town, gossip starts to begin, and therefore I was too afraid to leave the house. I didn't want to go shopping. I didn't want to go anywhere because I thought people were talking about me. The depression sunk in big time, and of course I ended up having to go to see a therapist. And at the same time all this was happening, I was also looking after my 82-year-old mum with dementia, and I had a 14-year-old I was homeschooling because of being bullied. So he also had mental health issues. Getting involved in this was, again, a no-brainer. The business side of it made sense. The product definitely made sense. And the community was there. Once I got involved, the community was probably the thing that I loved the most, because in all my time that I have worked, I've never actually been involved in a company or a group with people that actually do care about your thoughts, how you feel, where you're at, and what you want to do, and help along the way. So that was a real eye-opener for me, and it was something that I clung to really strongly. So I totally loved that that way where everybody helped each other, everybody reached a hand out, and of course, you know, making some money, who doesn't want that, you know? And so I wanted the money, but it wasn't as important as the community at that stage. The whole three worked together nicely, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I've been here doing this. I do it full time. I do have a little part-time job that I go to because I love it. I don't need to go to it if I don't want to, because I put all my time and effort into this. And it is what you do, you know, what you put into it is what you get out of it. And my future looks pretty cool at the moment. So I've got goals, I've got plans, and I'm reaching them one step at a time. And yeah, I can't wait to see where I end up. So thanks, Bridget.
Amazing. Thanks, Han. You're rocking it. The thing I love about this business is that it's so everything can be done online if you want, and all we're doing is we're connecting the customer with the product. We don't have to hold anything. The company does all of that hard work. So we can place a customer's order on our VO, and then the company will directly ship that to our customer. So none of that holding stock or anything like that. We're just drop shipping. So it makes life a lot easier. So thank you so much for coming along tonight, everybody. And if there's anything that you've heard tonight that's attracted or got your interest that you'd like to know more about, please get in touch with the person that invited you here or who sent you the link. I know that when I first saw an event like this, I had loads of questions, and I just urge you to get those questions answered. And I'd just like to leave you with this. What if you could create success with this? So have a wonderful week, everybody, and take care. Ciao. That was